What's up, guys? It's Carson back on Toxic Gaming, and today, guys, we are ready to go with this PIC battle against Dan and the Butterfrees. And we're talking some shit right here in the little chat, if you can't tell. And I don't know, I thought he was gonna send a damn challenge or something. Like, bruh, come on, bruh. You can see my spelling. I just kind of like looked at it, I was like, that's not spelled right, but I'm not taking the time to do it. Okay, he got the challenge ready, and just before we accept, I'm gonna tell you what I predicted. I predicted Mega Gardevoir, Heatran, Gengar, Chestnut, Milotic, and Ambipom. I know we had Victini ready for the, oh, he canceled the challenge. Okay. I know we had Victini ready for the Scarf Crocodile, but I feel like he's gonna bring either Heatran or Gengar more, just to be able to outspeed, and then Ambipom, because Ambipom, like, don't have a whole lot to be able to deal with it. That was why I didn't really mention it during the team building, because really the best thing we have is Doublades to be able to come in and hope that it doesn't have knockoff, or oh, he had to start again or something, or Victini be able to come in, not have to take a fake out, and then brick break it. Like, it's literally just going to be having to come in and hit it hard and be able to live whatever hit it has. So it's going to be really rough to hit if he has Ambipom. I could see him bringing it, but I don't know. It's either going to be Ambipom, I believe, or probably Crocodile with the Scarf. So it could be toss-up between those two. I don't know why he wouldn't bring Milotic and Chestnut, because Chestnut is literally completely immune to basically all Mega Venusaur's things, which is why we didn't bring it. So we're going to get right into the battle before we do anything, and before we can cancel the thing again. But let's see. Oh, Jesus, he did not bring the Mega Gardevoir. Okay, so as you see, he's got Heatran, he's got Electros, Gengar, Crocodile that we kind of guessed, Dragonite, and Chestnut. So I'm gonna guess it's more of a Salt Vest, Electros. He's run that before, fully special bulky Electros. And Electros is again a problem, just gonna have to wear it down with like physical attacks. I still think it's gonna be Scarf Crocodile. I'm still leading with Scarf Victini and get that U-turn off on whatever he brings in. Either that or he's gonna have a lead Crocodile, and I can go right for the Brick Break turn 1. If he is Intimidate, then it's going to be kind of, it's going to be kind of a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. Dragonite, why bring Dragonite when I have Mamoswine? Like, Mamoswine one-shots Dragonite with Ice Shard. Or not Ice Shard, with Icicle Crash with the Multi-Scale. So why? Why? And then, hell, if I got any rocks up with Uxie, then breaks the Multi-Scale and then he sashes right there. He might be Sash Gengar. I could see him being it. Troy kind of convinced me that he wasn't going to be Sash Gengar. Okay, so we brought this thing out first. Brick Break, I believe. I'm doing calcs for this battle. I've not done calcs yet for during the other battles. I'm doing some calcs for this one just because I'm not very certain with these speed creeps how they're going to do it. So I'm just going to see what Heatran, how it takes. I believe it would probably be a lead Heatran, so I'm gonna go especially defensive set. How it would take Brick Break, and I need to see this. I need to see how it would take this shit, because I don't want to quick it and then have the problem. Okay, so it would do a max of 40% to not defensively invest into especially defensive Heatran. If he's offensive, it does just 47%, so it's not gonna do too much. So I should just U-turn on out. There's no reason for me to stay in against this thing. And I can go right into Fettiwap, and he can't touch Fettiwap. But that tells me he's a specially defensive one, because he's leftovers, specially defensive, makes complete sense. Okay, so the thing is now, do I go for one of the two screens, or do I go for rocks first? Because if I bring in rocks, he's probably going to bring in Crocodile, so I could go for the Reflect, live a knockoff from that thing, even if it's Scarf knockoff, and go for Light Screen next, and then Stealth Rock, because I know I can live all three. Or he's going to bring in, like, maybe Electros or Gengar. So, really, is he going to bring in Gengar or Crocodile? And I could see him, I've been known to run special defensive Victini, so I could see him bringing in Crocodile instead. So, I'm going to go for the Reflect. Ethan Hunt. Oh, fucking A, he brought this thing in. Well, I really don't know what this thing can do to touch me. If he's Assault Vested and Physical this round, it still won't do too much, because 297 defense ain't much. I'm just going to go right for the Light Screen. And he might have knockoff. I'm pretty sure Electros does get knockoff, but even if he knocks out the Light Clay, we're still faster. Electros is like really, really slow. Like, if Electros had, I would say, I think its speed is like under base 70 or something. Like, it's not that fast. If it was in the 80s and 90s for speed, it would be a monster, but it's not. And that's the main problem I see with Electros for it as a Pokemon. But I still think, because I've seen him run specially defensive or specially offensive, special attacking moves, not specially offensive. I've seen him run specially attacking moves more than physical and Assault Vest. So I could see him being the Assault Vest set. I just need to get those screens up. Oh, he had the Brick Break just for those screens. Okay, well that's interesting then. So I'm going to just throw up rocks if he's going to try to Brick Break again. Maybe trying to get my screens. I'm taking down. Super Fang. Oh, God. This thing is weird. I don't know how I feel. I think I might just go right into Doublade because he can Brick Break me. He can't... He doesn't get any move with fire, the fire move. So I'm just going to U-turn and go right into Doublade, I think, and just set up. Because he looks like he's more just like a weird set. If he goes for Super Fang again, there's no reason for him to go Super Fang or Brick Break again. The only thing I could see him going for Brick Break again is just me if I set up another screen. But he might just Volt Switch out now and thinking I'm going to switch. I'm going to go for the Light Screen. Probably not the best play. I'm questioning myself on that play, but I could see him going for a Volt Switch or a U-turn or something, predicting my switch out so that he could then switch back in into something that's better. And I don't see him going for Brick Break again, even though I'm known to set up screens. I don't see him going for it again. So he does have now something to counter screen. So what Yuxi here is going to be a little bit of a not hindrance. It's just I don't know if Yuxi will be able to do too much. Light Screen. He went for Giga Drain. Okay, so I have a feeling now he's going to go for Brick Break to get that screen away. So I'm going to U-turn out into Doublade, because Doublade is immune to the Brick Break. He'll then have to use like a Giga Drain or electric type move. If he goes for Brick Break, which yep, totally, there we go. He doesn't break the screens either, so now I'm free to set up a Swords Dance, because if that's what he has, his last move I believe has to be a Volt Switch, or like I don't see why he would have Knockoff and not have an electric type move on this thing. Like I don't see why he wouldn't. But that Brick Break, it was a little too predictable, and I tried to make it that way so that I knew exactly what he was gonna do. But it is only one screen, but it's the screen that helps Doublade the most. So let's be real with that one. It's the one that helps him the most, and now he's in a predicament. I feel like if he goes out to Gengar, Doublade right now, he goes on to Heatran. Okay. So I'm gonna calculate this one more time. Now I'm at +2. Where's my Doublade one? Okay, there's Doublade. +2 to Heatran. And he looks like he's specially defensive with those, so I'm just gonna go with the specially defensive one. Okay, wait, I need a different move. I lost a move. Oops, why is this one here? I have the wrong move on! No! Okay, Sacred Sword has a chance to one-shot, and he can do 92% to me. Oh, Light Screens. Never mind, he can't even do 50%, so I'm going for Sacred Sword. Like, there's no reason for me not to go for Sacred Sword. Because he can't do more than 50% if he's specially defensive. If he's physically defensive, then it's going to have to be a little bit more to work around. But I don't see why we'd have physically defensive Heatran and then a Chestnut and Crocodile. Like, either one of those three. I had 52%. That did more than the calc said, but at least I knocked him out. So there's that. And we didn't get burned. We didn't get burned. And that Heatran was a problem. Like, yes, Mamoswine could have taken the Heatran after seeing that it had leftovers, not Air Balloon. But now that Heatran's gone, I basically can V-create anything. I can V-create anything and everything. I don't have to worry about Flash Fire getting triggered. That's it. And really, Doublade is still here. Punching through walls. That's it. And if he brings out Gengar to try to maybe outspeed it or something like that, hit him with a Ghost move, I do have Shadow Sneak, which straight up one-shots. I could see him bringing in Crocodiles if he has Intimidate to try to drop me, because then I have to go for Sacred Sword again, and I don't think I'm going to live an Earthquake from this range or Knockoff or anything along those lines from this range. If I was at full, or if he went for some other than Lava Plume, and it would have been above 50, I would have been able to live it. But right now, I am just probably gonna have to quick Shadow Sneak to whatever he brings in here. I just know that basically the Dragonite, I'm not worried about, because if he brings in Dragonite now, I'll sack off Doublade to Dragonite. Okay, so he does bring in this thing, and it is Intimidate. Okay, so that's something to really know. Stop coming up here with a button thing. It is Intimidate, and there's no reason for him not to go for Knockoff right now. but I feel like I should just go for the Shadow Sneak, get damage against him, because I know I'm not gonna be able to live a knockoff. Like, there's no reason for me to live a knockoff. That's what I'm thinking. I'm still thinking his Crocodile is Scarfed, because Scarf Krook is so deadly. Knockoff does minimum of 42.9, so I have to get a really minimum roll. Pursuit does a max of 22 with the light screen up, so I can KO him with Sacred Sword, but I'd almost rather get him dropped 25% down with Shadow Sneak. And let's see, what does Earthquake do? Earthquake does a minimum of 44, so he knocks me out with Earthquake right now. So there's no reason for me to go for Sacred Sword. He just knocks me up straight up out with Earthquake right now. That's a little bit of a problem. I didn't really want Doublade to go down this early, but it took out Heatran for us, and it got rid of that big threat so that Victini can kind of tear through. And with this thing being Intimidate, it's making me think more that he might be running a more bulk team than Choice Scarf. He might be. If he does Earthquake and he's like Choice Scarf into it, I'll go out into Flygon, because he can't really touch Flygon, and Flygon really can't really touch him as well. Okay, so that barely did anything. That did 16%. That did 16%, as when no defense EVs invested and +2, or actually +1, because it dropped me 1. That either got it extremely, because it says that it should only go to 17 as a minimum, so I feel like he has some defense invested. So I'm gonna go out into Coors Light. Yes, he went for knockoff. He didn't outspeed because it was Shadow Sneak. But what does he have to take a Hydro Pump right now? Really, Electros or Chestnut could come in, and I could see that. So I think I might just burn, because if I burn either one of those two, it'll help. And if I burn the Gengar, I mean, it's a burn on a Gengar. What are you gonna do? Really, he doesn't appreciate, nothing on his team will appreciate a burn when it lands. So the burn, I believe, is the best play. I could go straight for the Hydro Pump, try to knock him out. It won't even do anything to the Chestnut. If Electros is Assault vested, and especially defensive, it's not gonna do anything. I could see him going out to Electros simply for that reason. Still no reason to come into Dragonite. Like, I could see him maybe being Scarf Dragonite, because it has base 80 speed to be able to outspeed Mamoswine, but when he comes in, an Ice Shard kills. And once he goes for extreme speed, I don't even believe after Stealth Rock's extreme speed is able to kill. So I do have to be wary though not to just click Defog until I know what that Dragonite is. Because if I click Defog and it gets rid of the rocks and he's, Scarfed and he beats Mamoswine before I can knock him out with the Icicle Crash, then that's not Gucci. That's not Gucci for us. But this is taking a little longer. I'm not going to want to apologize for it really or anything. I'm just going to let you guys know Dan does take a lot of thought into every one of his plays, and I am one of the more quicker paced ones. So it's just, that's what it is. These might be a longer battle, so be ready for the long haul, hopefully. And I almost forgot what hell we move, weave, and win for. I don't know. But I think we went for Willow. I'm like 99% sure we went for Willow, then I'm thinking about it. You guys know how bad my short-term memory is, so whatever. Dan's a damn good battler, so that's why I'm a little worried. I shouldn't believe that he's 2-1. I shouldn't believe we're 2-1, but he should not have been 2-1 for what it was. It was just the way the game happened, and he definitely deserves the record that he has. He's a hell of a battler, guys. Can't say this enough for any of the guys in the PIC. They are hell of the good battlers, for at least what I see. And if you guys don't agree, we're learning as it is anyway. Like, I'm learning more about speed creeping right now. So if you want to see more PIC, I believe I'll put one link. I'll link down in the description to the Twitter page where you can see basically everybody who's there. There'll be links in each one of these battles of who I'm battling. I'm not putting everybody's links down because that would just fill up the entire damn thing. But there will be links to each person that we are battling. So you can find you can go from my video to Dan's, and then Dan's to somebody else's, and Dan's to somebody else's, and find them that way too. So okay, so we did go back into this thing. So the burn, if it lands, it's still, yeah, that cripples that Brick Break. He has Giga Drain for this right now. I know I'm there's no reason why he would be faster than me. I'm gonna Protect just to scout out, and I don't really need the light screen anymore. I just want to see I want to see if he's gonna go right for that Giga Drain. I'm just protecting just to see. He goes for Super Fang. Okay, so he's trying to just wear down these walls. I'm just trying to get a little bit more damage off. I don't know how much Hydro Pump would do to this guy, especially with me still guessing that he's Assault Vest. And there's nobody really who I want to come in and take a Super Fang. Like, it's sad. I don't want Coors Light to do it, but I think I have to go into Fetty Wap here just to be able to take that Super Fang for what it is. And yes, I went for Volt Switch rather than Hard Switching just to get as much chip damage as possible. Chip damage is so key, so I needed that, and I can get up a light screen even just to live a Giga Drain, and then get up a, I can do that. I can go for a U-turn into something else. I'm gonna get up a light screen, I think, just to allow kind of Rotom to be able to allow him to be able to take a Giga Drain if I need to. So I'm gonna just go with the light screen. It's the best one for my team. He's gonna go for Brick Break anyway. Kind of makes sense just to let him get down screens, but he's been worn down now. He's gotta be ready that I can pick him off at any moment. That's the thing. We can play. Oh, he had Thunderbolt, so he didn't even have what do you call it, Volt Switch at all. So I can come in with Coors Light here, outspeed and kill him. How much did that even do? That did 7%. So I can come in and just protect, and he's dead. Meanwhile, I'll gain my own life back, not get hit by Super Fang. He's not, or Giga Drain, whatever, and he's dead. Okay, so that's 2 gone. We're now 4-4 now. It's still tight. It's still really tight. Doublade is one I didn't want to go down really that early, but he got a big threat out of our way. And Yuxi, like, I'm never really sad, I guess, when Yuxi goes down. I just wish it would go down in, like, a better way, so I can come into something like a Victini or Mamoswine and be able to go better. A reason I haven't gone into those 2 yet, if you haven't noticed from the actual battle, is I want to keep their HP as high as possible. Because with Life Orb Mamoswine, he can, when rocks, he can just build it up, and he can 2-3 turns, he's gone. So I want him to kind of be the late game, picking off, and Victini is gonna, when Victini can come in safely and not have to worry about anything, that's when I'm gonna go for V Creates. Because V Create, I'm pretty sure one-shots Gengar. He doesn't one-shot Crocodile. I know that, especially because he has Intimidate now. I gotta be ready for that. It does one-shot Chestnut, fully defensive Chestnut. Believe me, I didn't believe it would either, but it does. And it won't do it to Dragonite, I believe, even after Stealth Rocks, because Dragon resists it. But we just still have Flygon. Flygon is one that I don't think he maybe thought I was gonna bring Flygon right in the beginning, because I made the trade for it like 3 days ago, 3-4 days ago, and it wasn't enough time to be able to know I was making the trade. He was the first one who actually in the PIC that knew I was making this trade, and I talked with Beck about it. Our assistant coach. You don't know who Beck is. I talked with Troy about it, and Flygon was the best option, so I made the trade happen, and I put him on this team because it seemed to work the best. It gives us also another ground immunity, so there's something else. But I wonder what he's really wondering about switching out into. Because if he goes into Gengar, then he can hit me really hard. I have no real special defensive wall anymore. I can Volt Switch on him and just get something. He can hit me hard first, and then if I live it, which I probably will, I can go into Victini and then basically have Victini to run shop. If he goes into Dragonite and gets hit and then hits me with an Outrage, it'll hurt. And if he's Choice Scarfed, I believe he then will outspeed Flygon, so it would have to go into Mamoswine. He does go into Gengar. That was I believe his best switch in anyway. So I believe my best bet is really just to go for Volt Switch. I still kind of want burns on these things. I don't want Coors Light to go down just now. Shadow Ball. Okay, so that does a lot of damage, and he's Life Orb. So really, pretty sure Mamoswine can actually quick Ice Shard. Ice Shard does 54%. Yeah, we're going into Mamo, and we're just gonna pick him off. Like, cause there's no reason. Yes, I just said that whole thing about Mamo being what do you call it? Like Life Orb still hurting and not being able to do a whole lot. But I mean, even when Crocodile comes in, and he goes to -1. Let me look at this real quick. And Crocodile. I'm still guessing he's Choice Scarfed. Like, there's nothing he's done to make me not guess Choice Scarfed. Icicle Crash still kills. I don't outspeed. Ice Shard does 54%. And meanwhile, Earthquake is his best move at 60. So I still live in Earthquake, and I'm able to get the Ice Shard or whatever off. Oh, he brings in this thing. Okay, this is interesting. Because he could go right for a Drain Punch right now. He could go for a Spiky Shield right now. He could go for Leech Seeds on whatever I switch out and bring in. I think my best bet is to kind of go out to Coors Light and sack it off. Because I don't know what else to really do here. I don't want Goggles to come in yet. I don't want Victini to get Leech Seed on it, because then you're losing damage there. And I don't want Mamoswine to go down right now, because I need Mamoswine for Dragonite. I feel like I have to go into Cortisol. I have to go into Rotom. He's probably going to Seed Bomb knowing that, but I had to go into Rotom. Oh, okay, so we did Leech Seed. That makes sense. I had to. I had no other option. So I think now he's going to probably Spiky Shield to just let the Leech Seed kill me. I'm just going to go for Willow anyway. Just to get... If I can get a burn off on him, I will. If I can get a burn off on anything, I will. But even if he goes for Spiky Shield now, it's okay. Because I'm going to live, I believe, one more Leech Seed as it is. I believe I will. I don't know how much Leech Seed actually takes off. I think it's like the same 12% that Burn does. I want to say it is. So if it is, then we'll live one and then have another turn. And he doesn't, I believe, get any priority. I don't believe Chestnut does get any type of priority. It doesn't. I don't believe he gets Mach Punch, not Bullet Punch. Maybe Quick Attack. Maybe a Quick Attack. I don't know. But Chestnut here against... I'm going to look this up. That's not how you spell Chestnut. Okay, so I got the burn off. Okay, that's great. That is great. He went for the Seed Bomb, and I lived. Oh, hell, I lived the Seed Bomb for what it was. For what it was, I lived the Seed Bomb. But now that he's burned, I can go right out into Victini. And again, I'm just calculating just to make sure. Max defense, all that. Victini will do 95% at max, minimum of 80, so the burn will kill him next turn. This is Choice Scarf, everything is like that. I have more HP than this game is saying right now. But Victini is my switch. There's no reason not to. There's no reason for me not to. And then V-Create, he can bring in Crocodile right now. I could see that. And then bring in, let's see. He could bring in Crocodile right now and take a V-Create. And then would he be able to take two? Because he has Intimidate, so he drops me down. And then that does a minimum of 58% of a Crocodile. That's a Scarf Crocodile. I'm still assuming it's Scarf, because there's no reason for me not to at this moment. With him really showing only knockoff. And then he won't live 2 V-Creates. Because V-Create doesn't drop my attack, only he will. And there's 58% minimum. So I just click V-Create now. Okay, so he goes for Spiky Shield. That makes sense. Probably could have guessed that, but I didn't. But really, V-Create away. It's literally just V-Create away right now. Because that thing's now gone. And yeah, oh, he had Rocky Helmet. I honestly didn't even see, oh, okay, we didn't see it anyway. But I'm still Choice Scarf. I still do Outspeed Crocodile, I believe. If he's the Choice Scarf max speed, I don't outspeed it anymore, and I have to go into, I believe, probably Flygon is my best bet. Guessing he's gonna go for Earthquake or knockoff. Flygon's still my best bet because I can outrage him or something along those lines. Could go into Mamoswine, but I don't want those rocks to hurt him just yet. If he goes into Dragonite, he'll be trying to pick me off with Extreme Speed. I do know that. So that'll be a problem. And I think Flygon might actually just be getting sacked. It might honestly be. But if he's not Choice Scarf or Choice Scarf Crocodile, which I don't see why he wouldn't be, with having the weird Electros. That was a weird fucking Electros. And then a defensive, what do you call it? A defensive Chestnut, and then a especially defensive, as I'm guessing, especially defensive Heatran. Why not have a Choice Scarf Crocodile? And I thought it would have been Moxie and not Intimidate because of Bisharp being on my team. Even though he probably guessed I wouldn't bring it. I would have gone Moxie for the safe bet. But if it's not Choice Scarfed, and I believe the last time he even had Crocodile in, okay, guess now we're not gonna worry about it anymore. God damn. We outspeed by 1 point if we're both same speed, but because I'm drop speed, I'm slower. And I'm not gonna live in Earthquake. It's just the fact of, do I let Victini go down to get a free switch into Mamo? and then just hit him with Ice Shards till the end of the game. Because he won't be able to Intimidate unless he switches out to Dragonite, and then he switches into Crocodile, and I get the Intimidate, and then I can just switch out to Flygon, sack it off as much as I need to, and then bring it with Mamoswine later. So I think I might just sack off Victini here, because it doesn't make sense to really go into anybody else. So I'm really thinking about it. Because even if he knocks off, that locks him into knockoff. Okay, so he did outspeed. He is Scarfed. He is Scarfed. So I'm gonna check. I'm hesitant. He is Scarfed. To me, there's no reason he's not. No way he's not Scarfed. And Ice Shard does 54%. Oh, this is from -1. So does a minimum of 68%. So it might not kill. That's a problem. It might not kill, and it's either it's like it has to get a low roll to not kill, and it does a max of 80. So it's literally has to go right down the middle to kill at this moment. And he's gonna outspeed Flygon and hit him with the knock off the choice band. And then I'm gonna check this. Knockoff will do a lot of damage, and then the most I can do back is Outrage, and just click Outrage. So I think that's actually my best bet. Just to save Mamoswine to be able to pick him off right at the end, I literally just have to click Outrage. Because even if maybe he's not Choice Scarf, and because of that speed drop, we actually just, you know, lost our speed, and we wouldn't think about outspeed a non-choice Scarf one. I'm guessing he's Scarf now because of how much that did. So it's literally just me clicking knockoff. I'm stuck into Outrage. I can lose Goggles. That's fine. I can bring in Mamo and pick off both of these things. My only thing is, this is going to be tight because Ice Shard kills this thing. But with his Dragonite having extreme speed, will that beat me? Because we do have a good amount of maybe like 240 into HP. So we do have a good amount of HP. We are at 56% currently, and he's got Dragonite. I'm guessing a Choice Banded Dragonite with E-Speed. E-Speed max of Choice Band Adamant 49%. So if he outspeeds me, he doesn't. This might be a fucking tie. Are you kidding me? He's at 76%. Thanks to those rocks. This might be a fucking tie. I'm quicking Ice Shard. There's nothing else I can do. What? It says I won. Does that mean I won because his Dragonite went down before my stash fainted? Is that a thing? Is that what happens? I don't know. Like, it says that I won, but we both went down at the end of the turn. I have a feeling we're going to have to talk about this. If anything, guys, what's probably going to happen is it's either going to be I won, he lost, or we're going to go with the tie. I believe that's what's probably going to happen, is probably the tie, which, hell, who the fuck knows what happens after this. But that was a hell of a game, first off. That was a hell of a game. There probably were some misplays every now and then. Like, I'm not going to say there wasn't because no one plays a perfect game. So, we'll talk, me and him will talk. We'll talk about it now, just see what happens. We'll talk on Skype, and I'll let you know. Hopefully, I believe at the end of this video, I'll just put it at the end of this video what actually will happen. And so, we'll be right back, guys. So, just give me 1 minute, and we'll be right back. Ready? Okay, guys. It took a while and a lot of talking and trying to figure it out. But what we decided was this. We're treating it as my win. Now, before anybody hates, the reason we were gonna go with a tie, I'm okay with a tie. It doesn't matter. The way our playoffs are set up, it's not by your record, it's by the differential. So, say if I went with a 6-0, it's better than a win with a 1-0. So that's how that matters. So that really doesn't care. But the way it happened, some people were saying like we just take it as 0-0, but to me that means like we didn't even play the game at all. Like that, like I mean, neither of us played. We're already, to me in my mind at that point, eliminated from playoffs unless we go in 6-0 people from now on. Like it would be that much harder for us to get to playoffs. So what we're doing is we're treating it as I won, because by the logic that it is that his Mammal Swine did not knock out, or his Dragonite did not knock out the stash, did not knock out Mammal Swine. Mammal Swine knocked out the Dragonite. It died, and then I died to Life Orb. We looked up some rules. I found them somewhere on a game fact or something that they came from, I believe, a Bulbapedia site. At least how the game itself, as we saw, how it declares the winner, is in a situation like that, because I made the move and knocked him out, I won. Even if I died to Life Orb, I won. It's the same as if, like, Explosion. If I used Explosion instead and he would have died, he would have won, because I killed myself. That's how that works. So, me and Dan talked about it. Me, Dan, and the entire fucking PIC league talked about it. And what we decided just was, I'm going to take the win. I believe it's going to be like a 1-0, which was, it shouldn't be anything more than that. That was, again, a hell of a game. Please do not hate on either me or Dan for that decision, or anybody else in the PIC, because it was a group decision and it was the easiest decision we could make. Dan was okay with it. He didn't know. It was we were going to take it either as a draw or my win. That's how it was. Dan knew that he wasn't going to probably win from it. He even suggested we had a straw poll to try to make the decision, which didn't turn out very well because no one wanted to vote. But that's what we decided. We did get the win, so now we're 3-1. Dan's 2-2. It's not bad at all. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. So, again, check out Dan in the description below. If you liked the video and you like the PIC and what we're doing here with the LA Doublades, hit that like button. And I'm going to get up and out of here. It was a stressful time. I got class in like 20 minutes. I need to get ready. So, I'm going to get up and out. You guys know me as Carson on Toxic Gaming. That was not anywhere close to my usual outro, but whatever. We're going with it. So, as always, you guys stay toxic. We'll see you guys. Holy balls.